You don't look anything like him.
I know.
Let's get to work.
Okay.
Why are you dressed like my old archaeology professor?
No. I'm dressed as Indiana Jones.
That's him, Dr. Jones from Indiana. Anyway, what's the story?
Okay, the story is there's also a movie called Raiders of the Lost Ark starring a guy named Indiana Jones, and we're going to tackle some myths from that movie. First and foremost, his famous sidearm, the whip. We're going to look at some of the science of Indy's whip and some of the remarkable things he does with it. But the opening sequence of Raiders is where we're beginning. Indy is escaping from a South American temple that is attempting to kill him with all manner of booby traps, including, our first test, a floor filled with pressure pads that shoots poison darts at Indy.
Well, sounds like fun. Let's get into it.
Okay.
In the exhilarating opening scene from the iconic 80s adventure story, there's a question to be answered. By simply running for it, would Indy really have escaped unharmed? And as a massive fan of the franchise, Adam's in his element.
We're going to do this temple run and really figure out if we truly can outrun the darts. We're going to need to know how long that run is going to be. So I'm going to look at some video, do some measurements, and actually work it up in a little diorama for little Indy Adam here. You can't tell, but he's totally psyched about it. This kind of work is something I used to do all the time in the film industry. It's all coming together. In the film industry, it's often used as a pre-visualization technique. Now I'm just having fun. Like, I will mock up a set in foam core just so I understand all of its dimensions before building it in the actual materials it'll be built in. Got hot glue threads on my face. Ah. Seeing something in that white space, for some reason to me, it's deeply, deeply satisfying. I put my head down and I can see what it looks like from different angles. It's like I'm building a playground for my brain. I've actually also learned a few things. I've carefully checked screenshots of Harrison Ford against many parts of the set, knowing how tall he is. I've determined that dart pads are about 40 inches long, and that room is about 30 feet long. If it's 30 feet long and the dart pads are the size they are, Harrison Ford, Indy, will encounter at least 16 of those pads, likely setting off 16 darts. That's how many he's got to outrun. That's how many we're going to set up.